Welcome to our channel, USA Coin Spot. In this video I am going to tell you about the penny, United States of America, which are very valuable and rare. If you have them, you can take advantage of them. Top 1. This isn't just a penny. This isn't pocket change. This is the 1972 Lincoln penny from a United States proof set, and it might be worth way more than you ever imagined. People all over America are discovering that their old proof coins, some handed down from parents or grandparents, are worth thousands. Not hundreds. Thousands. And in some jaw-dropping cases, tens of thousands. One specific 1972 proof penny has collectors scrambling, eyes wide, wallets open, and ready to drop more money on a coin than most people spend on a car. This 1972 penny isn't your ordinary penny that got tossed around in pocket lint or slid under a vending machine. No. This is a proof coin. That means it was specially made by the U.S. Mint, not for circulation, but for collectors. These coins are struck with polished dies, on specially prepared blanks, often struck more than once to bring out the full design detail. The finish is mirror-like. The details are sharp. They're stunning to look at. But some of these proof coins come with something else, something much more valuable than a shiny surface. Some of them have rare minting errors. Others were part of extremely low mintages. And a select few have something called a double die obverse. That means the coin was stamped incorrectly, causing doubling on the lettering or date, most commonly visible on words like Liberty or the numbers in 1972. And let me tell you, if you've got one of those, the price tag is anything but small. Collectors are paying serious money for these. And not just serious money, life-changing money. One of these pennies, if it's in pristine condition, can go for as much as $2,700. That's right, just one penny could pay off a credit card bill or cover your rent. But that's just the start. Because the rarer versions, the high-grade proof pennies with the right doubling, or the perfect flawless finish, they're commanding insane prices at auction. We're talking about real coins that have sold for as much as $85,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $85,000. For one penny. And the best part? These coins aren't in museums or locked in billionaires' vaults. They're sitting quietly in people's homes. Inside old cardboard proof sets from the U.S. Mint. In closets, attics, safety deposit boxes, and forgotten dresser drawers. Most people don't even know they have them. They think it's just a nice coin with a shiny finish. But if they took a closer look, if they held it up to the light, if they put it under a magnifying glass or checked the details online, they'd realize they're sitting on a small fortune. Here's the truth. The 1972 proof penny is one of the hottest coins in the rare coin market right now. Dealers want them. Collectors hunt for them. And every month, the prices keep going up. If you have a 1972 proof set, it's time to check. Handle it carefully, don't clean it, don't scratch it, and absolutely don't toss it aside. Look for doubling on the date, doubling on the words "I in God we trust" or "Liberty." Check the condition. Is it deep cameo? Is it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC? That grading alone can skyrocket the value. Even if your penny doesn't have an error, if it's in top-grade proof condition, it could still bring in thousands. But if it has the rare double die, and it's in gem-proof condition, you might be holding a piece of copper worth more than your annual income. That price range again? From $2,700 all the way up to $85,000. Let that sink in. One penny. From 1972. From a proof set. Worth up to $85,000. This isn't fantasy. This isn't a coin myth. These are real sales. Real collectors. Real money. And the question you should be asking right now is, do I have one? Don't wait. Go check. Right now. That old U.S. Mint proof set from the 70s could be your secret payday. Your forgotten treasure. Your little copper lottery ticket. If you found this information valuable, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin finds, and share this with someone who collects, or someone who might not realize they're sitting on a gold mine, because that 1972 penny you've been ignoring? It might just be worth a whole lot more than 1 cent. It might just be the smartest penny you ever saved. Top 2. Have you ever looked at a penny and thought, this tiny little copper-colored coin could be worth enough to change your life? Most people toss their pennies aside, leave them in jars, or ignore them completely. But what if I told you there's a very specific penny, one that looks completely normal to the untrained eye, that could be hiding in your home right now, quietly waiting to make you thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars richer? I'm talking about the 1983 American penny from a proof set. Not just any old 1983 penny. Not the ones you find in your change or at the bottom of your car's cup holder. No, this is the one that came straight from a US Mint proof set. Specially made. Carefully struck. Sharper. Shinier. Rarer. And if you've got the right one, you might just be sitting on a coin worth a staggering fortune. These proof pennies weren't made for circulation. They were created for collectors, with mirror-like finishes and sharp, detailed designs. Each one was struck multiple times using specially polished dies, and they were never meant to be spent. And here's where it gets interesting. In 1983, the US Mint made some truly spectacular proof coins. But among them, hidden in a tiny percentage of sets, a few rare versions made it out with minting errors, double dies, and ultra-high-grade finishes that make collectors drool. These aren't just coins. These are lottery tickets made of copper and zinc. Now, why is the 1983 proof penny so special? That year was full of changes at the mint. In fact, most pennies made in 1983 weren't even copper anymore. They were copper-plated zinc. That transition caused all kinds of unexpected variations, and when you combine that with the unique striking process of proof coins, you get something extremely rare and extremely valuable. Some of these 1983 proof pennies are so flawless, so perfectly preserved, that grading companies have awarded them the highest possible designations. And when that happens, the price tag goes through the roof. But even more jaw-dropping are the coins that feature something called a double die obverse. This means the design was accidentally stamped twice, creating a doubling effect on parts of the coin, like the words Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or the date itself. These errors are rare. They're not easy to find. But when they show up, collectors go crazy. People fight for them at auctions. Bidding wars break out. And the final sale prices? They're the kind of numbers you wouldn't believe for something that started life as just a single cent. Imagine finding one of these pennies inside your old proof set from the early 80s. Maybe it was given to you as a gift. Maybe it's been sitting in a closet, untouched for decades. Maybe it was passed down from a parent or grandparent, and you never thought to look. But now is the time to check. Pull out that 1983 proof set. Handle it carefully. Use gloves if you can. Never clean the coins. Look at that penny under a magnifying glass. Hold it under the light. Check the details. Is the strike extra sharp? Is the background like a mirror? Do the letters show signs of doubling? Because if you've got one of those rare 1983 proof pennies, you're not holding just any coin. You're holding an investment. A treasure. Something that collectors and dealers would pay serious money for. And when I say serious, I mean serious. Depending on the condition, the strike, the rarity, and the overall grade, a 1983 proof penny could be worth as little as a few bucks, or it could fetch a mind-blowing price at auction. Some of these coins, in pristine proof condition, have sold for amounts as high as $2,700. That's right. A penny. Worth $2,700. But that's not the top of the mountain. The rarest, cleanest, highest grade examples, especially those with dramatic doubling or proof designations like Deep Cameo, have sold for as much as $74,000. Let that sink in. 1 cent. From 1983. Sitting in a proof set. Worth up to $74,000. This isn't a rumor. This isn't wishful thinking. These are real auction prices. Real collectors. Real coins that have changed hands for real money. So if you've got a 1983 proof set, now is the time. Check it. Inspect it. Protect it. You could be holding a penny that's worth more than a luxury car. More than a year of college tuition. More than some people make in an entire year. All from a coin you never expected to be worth more than face value. Coins like these don't come around often. And when they do, they don't stay hidden for long. Someone's going to find them. Someone's going to cash in. And if you're lucky, that someone could be you. So check your proof sets. Dig them out. Look at that 1983 penny. Because in the right condition, with the right variety, it could bring you anywhere from $2,700 all the way up to $74,000. And that, my friend, is the kind of penny that changes everything. Top 3. Have you ever passed over a penny thinking it was worthless? Tossed it in a jar, left it in a drawer, or maybe even dropped it on the sidewalk without looking back? You're not alone. Millions of Americans never think twice about pennies. But what if I told you that one specific penny, hiding inside a 1996 United States proof set, could be worth more than your entire monthly salary, or more than you've got sitting in your bank account right now? And no, this isn't clickbait. This is real. Because that ordinary-looking little copper coin from 1996 might not be ordinary at all. We're not talking about the pennies you find stuck to the bottom of a cup holder or rattling in your change jar. This is a coin struck specifically for collectors, a 1996 proof penny from a U.S. Mint proof set. If you have one of these in pristine condition, or with one of several rare traits, you're holding something far more valuable than 1 cent. You could be holding the kind of coin that turns heads at auctions, sparks bidding wars, and makes collectors dig deep into their pockets. Let's break this down. Proof coins are not regular coins. They are special. They're crafted differently. They're minted using specially polished dies, carefully struck multiple times to bring out deep, mirror-like surfaces and razor-sharp details. These are coins that were never meant to circulate. They were made to be beautiful, to be perfect, and in some rare cases, to be extremely valuable. The 1996 proof penny falls into a very specific collector's category. It's modern enough that people don't usually expect it to be rare, and that's what makes it so dangerous to ignore. Because some of these proof coins have gone unnoticed for years, hiding in untouched boxes, safe deposit boxes, and dusty bookshelves. Meanwhile, values are climbing, demand is growing, and the collectors who know what to look for are getting richer. Here's where things get exciting. Some of these 1996 proof pennies come with what are known as error varieties, slight imperfections that occurred during the minting process. These are not flaws. These are treasures. In fact, one of the most sought-after errors is a doubled die obverse, when the die used to strike the coin was slightly misaligned or doubled. It creates a visible doubling effect, especially on the date, the lettering, and in some cases, even Lincoln's features. These are incredibly rare in modern proof coins, and when they appear, they send shockwaves through the collector world. But it's not just errors. Even a standard 1996 proof penny, in ultra-high grade, like those designated as Deep Cameo or PR70 by grading services, can bring major money. Why? Because the population of coins in that flawless condition is incredibly low. Fewer perfect examples mean higher demand. And when demand rises, so does the price tag. Picture this. You're holding a coin you never gave a second thought to. Maybe it's in that old proof set you got as a kid. Maybe it's one your dad or grandfather picked up in the 90s and forgot about. Maybe you even bought it at a garage sale, not realizing what you had. And now, with one close look, one little check with a magnifier, you realize you've got something worth serious money. This isn't just a coin anymore. This is a payday. A financial surprise. A hidden gem. Collectors are chasing these coins. Dealers are offering high bounties. Online auctions are exploding with competition the moment a rare 1996 proof penny hits the block. Because people are finally waking up to just how valuable this overlooked modern proof coin can be. And the best part? You don't need to be a professional coin dealer to find one. You don't need a museum-level collection or a high-end vault. You just need to go look. Find that 1996 proof set. Handle it gently. Put on gloves. Don't clean the coin. Use a good magnifying glass. Check for that doubling. Check for ultra-sharp details. Is the field like a mirror? Does the design pop out like it was engraved yesterday? Because if you're holding the right one, even if you haven't touched it in years, even if it's been sitting in a drawer for decades, you might be holding something that's worth way more than you ever thought possible. Now let's talk numbers. Because this is the part everyone wants to know. Depending on the grade, rarity, condition, and error type, a 1996 proof penny could fetch as much as $2,700. That's right, a single penny from a proof set, worth more than some people earn in a week. But that's just where the story starts. If you happen to have one of the rarest, most flawless examples, one of the coins that grading companies classify at the top of the scale, or that features a stunning error variety, the value skyrockets. And collectors have paid as much as $64,000 for one of these exceptional 1996 proof pennies. Let that settle in. 1 cent. From 1996. Sitting in a little plastic case all these years. Worth up to $64,000. It sounds unbelievable. But it's happening. Right now. Across the country, collectors are finding these coins and cashing in. And while most people are still ignoring their old proof sets, some smart, lucky individuals are quietly becoming thousands, even tens of thousands, of dollars richer. So go check. Right now. Open your old coin boxes. Look at those proof sets. If you've got one from 1996, take a close look at that penny. Because it could be more than just a memory from the past. It could be your future payday. And if you liked hearing about coins that can make you rich, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more rare finds, and share this with someone who might have a treasure hiding in plain sight. Because that little copper penny from 1996, it might not just be a coin. It might be a gold mine in disguise. Top 4. How much is a penny worth? 1 cent? Maybe 5 cents if it's old? What if I told you there's a very specific penny from the year 2001, a coin you could already have sitting at home right now, that could be worth not pennies, not dollars, but thousands? Sounds crazy. Keep watching. We're not talking about the ordinary 2001 penny you'd find in your spare change or at the bottom of a drawer. No, this one's different. This one came straight out of a proof set, carefully struck by the US Mint with the highest quality and attention to detail. These aren't coins that ever touched a cash register. They were never meant to circulate. They were never meant to be spent. They were created for collectors, and a few of them turned out to be pure gold mines in disguise. The 2001 American Lincoln penny from a United States proof set is one of those modern coins most people overlook. After all, 2001 wasn't that long ago. It's not old, in the traditional sense. And that's exactly why so many valuable examples have gone unnoticed. They're hiding in plain sight. Sitting untouched in original government packaging. Waiting to be discovered. Here's where things get interesting. Proof pennies are made using a completely different minting process than regular coins. They're struck multiple times, with extra pressure and polished dies. This creates that mirror-like finish and razor-sharp detail collectors love. But sometimes, just sometimes, something unexpected happens at the mint. Some 2001 proof pennies have been found with unusual traits. Striking errors. Die varieties. Flawless finishes. Or dramatic contrasts between the mirrored fields and the frosted designs, known as deep cameo. These details can launch the value of a simple-looking penny into the stratosphere. And if you're lucky enough to have one of those rare 2001 proof pennies in perfect condition, or even better, one with a known minting error, you're not holding a 1-cent coin anymore, you're holding a treasure. The thing about modern proof coins is that people don't take them seriously until it's too late. Everyone thinks older equals better. But the real trick is rarity combined with quality. And some of these 2001 proof pennies have exactly that: a tiny population, pristine condition, and features that serious collectors are fighting over. Let's say your 2001 proof penny was graded by a top service like PCGS or NGC and came back with a high grade like PR69 or PR70. Or maybe it has a double die obverse, where the lettering or date appears slightly doubled because of a mistake during the minting process. Or maybe it shows incredible cameo contrast that jumps out under the light. Those are the little details that turn a coin from interesting to incredibly valuable. And here's the best part. These coins aren't locked away in banks. They're not all sitting in the hands of wealthy collectors. Many of them are still out there, in ordinary homes, inside original US mint-proof sets that haven't been touched in years. Yours could be one of them. Maybe it was a gift from a relative. Maybe you picked it up at a garage sale or flea market. Maybe it's been sitting in the back of a drawer for 20 years, and you've never once looked at it closely. But now might be the time. Open that proof set carefully. Look at the penny under a bright light. Hold it at different angles. Does it have that sharp contrast between the mirror field and the frosted design? Does it look absolutely flawless? Can you spot anything unusual in the lettering, the date, or Lincoln's portrait? Don't clean it. Don't touch it with bare hands. If it looks like something special, it probably is. Because this isn't just any 2001 proof penny. This could be the kind of coin that pays bills. The kind of coin that turns your old collection into a jackpot. The kind of coin collectors dream about. And when these coins hit the market, they don't sit around. Collectors act fast. Dealers offer top dollar. Auctions get competitive. Everyone's trying to grab that next rare piece before it disappears again, maybe for another decade or more. Still wondering what kind of money we're talking about? Let's say your 2001 proof penny is in top condition, graded, and deeply struck with no flaws. Or maybe it has one of the rare doubling errors known to appear on some of the proof coins from that year. The value can go way beyond expectations. In fact, depending on the rarity, the grade, and the demand, one of these coins has been known to sell for as little as $2,700. And for those ultra-rare, flawless, and desirable examples, the highest prices have reached as much as $54,000. That's right. A single penny. From 2001. Straight from a US mint proof set. Worth up to $54,000. So ask yourself, have you checked your coins lately? Do you know what's hiding in that proof set you've had for years? Because that little penny sitting there, ignored and untouched, might be more than just a collectible. It might be your next big payday.